Like, what are you gonna do, eh?
Huh?
It's like,
Oh,
what are you
I just
gonna,
want to.
like, you can't really do anything about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just go through doing what you're doing, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty satisfied with where I'm at, you know. Gonna be going to college soon, you know. I got a job, you know. At least I'm just happy. At least I got, you know, roof over my head, you know, all this and that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm grateful for that type of stuff, but I don't think I'm happy about it. I think, mm, I've always wondered, like, you know, what if you just went like homeless for like a few months, you know? I've always thought about that, you know, like what if one day I just said fuck it and I just like I was like, you know, I'm just gonna I told my family it's like, yo, I'm not gonna be able to contact you for a few months, you know, and then just like drive off. Like save up enough money to just like drive off to fucking like Wyoming or Montana or something and just like bum around out there for like a few months, you know?
You will have the ultimate freedom.
I suppose. I mean, I've always thought. Have you seen that one video where the guy was like, "Holy shit, this is crazy. What the fuck is happening?" Oh, this is
No,
that Griffball knockoff.
nah, this is a little different.
I know it's a little different, but
Take the ball, take the ball, take the ball, take the ball, take the ball.
I
You're
can't
right
see
next to it.
anything.
I
Well,
got it.
I literally can't see anything. I saw this one YouTube video a few years back. I don't know if you saw it, but the guy who took a vow of silence for like a year and just like walked across the country,
Mhm.
and it was like the dude was talking about it after he broke his vow, and oh shit, um, he was like, well, one second. He was like, he was talking about it and how like just grateful he was whenever like this how do you throw it? How do you throw the ball actually?
I don't know. This game mode kind of. I don't know about this game mode.
I think it's the map, honestly.
Uh, maybe. If this were in like Halo Reach, maybe this would be a little bit better. This weapon isn't even. Actually, no, this isn't Halo Reach. I think it's just under. It's just a little different.
Oh wait, no, this isn't even the Griffball knockoff. I thought this was the Griffball
No.
knockoff. No, it's the fucking you just hold it.
Yeah, top potato.
Yeah, I was thinking it was the you remember the one we were playing the other day?
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the story. The guy took a vow of silence for like a year. He didn't really have any possessions except for like the clothes on his back and like a backpack. Right?
Huh?
I don't even think he had his phone on him. Well,
Really?
I mean, yeah, because he took a vow of silence. Like, what is he gonna do with the phone?
I don't know.
But he was talking about how he was like walking one day, and he hadn't had water for like a while, and this one trucker saw him on the side of the road and was like, "Yo, you need water?" And he was like, you know, he didn't say anything, but he like nodded his head, you know. And the trucker was like, trucker gave him some water, and he was just so grateful, you know.
Right?
Because I think when you're in that situation, right, and you see all these other people like passing you up, I think you kind of learn like true humility in that situation, you know.
Right.
Like, because obviously you're not really reaching the bottom, but you're in a, like, especially in that position where you don't have like any water or food, and it's not like you have really any money either to like get some, and you can't speak because you know, I mean, who cares? Like, what's the point of making like a vow like that if you're just gonna break it, you know?
Yeah.
I think that would be interesting, honestly. I think that would be like an experience that would definitely like kind of probably change your life. Honestly, it's like, you know how if you ever meet like an ex like not crack addict, I guess crack addict or dork, or you meet like an ex like heroin addict, like they're some of the most grateful people you'll ever. They're some of like the most humble people you'll ever meet. You know.
Right.
Because they went through fucking hell, you know. They were at their lowest. They've seen how low things can get, you know.
Yeah.
And they don't want to judge others because, you know, they've seen how bad it can get and how hard it can be to get out of that, you know. I think there's definitely something to that, like living a shitty situation to like really learn true humility and true gratitude, you know.
Yeah. And it makes sense, you know. You're at a low point, so you're like, yeah, I don't want anyone else to go through this.
Yeah. I don't know, you ever thought about going homeless for that? Like just wandering the country for a while?
Hell no.
Nah, you never thought about that, really?
I mean, I've thought about it, not to actually do it, but like, huh, that'd be kind of interesting.
I don't know. I've thought about it. I've thought about doing it, but then I was like, no. Yeah, I definitely think having like a brute shot kind of fucking breaks this game, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is what it is, I suppose.
It is what it is.
But I wouldn't want to be like one of those, hey yo, give me your money, you know, like.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't want to be like a bum who's like, you know, like.
Right. A humble bum.
Yeah. I used to know this bum who lived under one of those bridges, and he was like, oh, it's more like an overpass, you know. I guess that's a bridge. What do you think? Is it overpass a bridge?
Probably. I got no. That's some city slicker language.
Oh yeah. You know what an overpass is.
I mean, yeah. The overpass, isn't it? That's like under like a bridge, I think, or an
It's like a road that goes
underpass.
over a road. Is that
Yeah.
a bridge?
Yeah, something like that.
I feel like that's a
Yeah.
bridge.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the CS:GO map overpass.
There's like an overpass right between our houses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it is.
damn, bro. It was just the two of us, and we completely dominated that match on this map.
Yeah.
That was fucking dope. We were sweating so hard, like, damn.
Oh yeah. For real. Well, we kind of had to, you know.
Oh yeah, I had to get that grind in. What was I talking about? Oh yeah.
Overpass.
Oh yeah, I met this. There's this homeless guy. This is when I was younger. I think the dude's dead now, honestly. Like I'm pretty sure he's dead. Like no way he isn't. We used to know him. He was he lived by like a bridge under a gas station, right? And he didn't really beg ever. He was, you know, he lived a very simple life where it's like he had mental issues, but he was a nice guy, you know. I think he had like schizophrenia or something.
Oh shit.
You know, that's a very sympathetic situation because, you know, I got family who are schizophrenics, and I got like, you know, it's a very, you know, you don't want to see a person like that suffer because, you know, they can't really control that, you know.
Right. You know, it's unfortunate, you know.
Yeah, but he was a chill dude. Like, we'd give him food, money, you know. Whenever we saw him, we talked to him. I mean, I was a young kid, though. It was mostly my mom who gave him the food and the money. Because, you know, I didn't have any of those because I was like I was a youngin', you know.
Right.
Yeah, he was a cool guy. Damn. And you know what he'd do? He was very nice. He didn't really beg or anything. I mean, he kind of did, but not really, you know. And you know what he'd do every year when it was fishing
Mm.
season? He'd go get his fishing license and fish.
Dang. And had a passion for fishing, you know.
Oh yeah, but he fished for like his food though, you know.
Right.
So you know he wasn't. He was trying to make the most of it, and you know, during the summer he worked for this construction company. You know, he was like a seasonal worker because that was really the only type of job he could hold down was like a seasonal, like temporary job. You know.
Right, I get that.
But you know that kind of like seeing that type of person really makes you, because you know most of the time, bums and homeless people are just garbage. Honestly, there's terrible people.
Yeah.
Like I remember, I think I've told you the story, but me and Austin were gambling, right? And there was this lady. She was like, I mean, we were in an area where there's a lot of bums. You know, they're always asking for money. There's this lady. She was like, "Oh, I need money, mom." She was like, "I need money. My mom just left me here," or something like that.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm gonna just tell the whole story again. And it was like, well, I was like, okay. And me and Austin were gambling, and I was up a little, so I was like, you know, I'll give her like $20, you know, because we were at like a gas station, gambling away money on the slots. I was up $20.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, you know, I'll give her 20, you know, be my good deed of the day. You know, she comes
Oh, yeah.
back like 20 minutes later, and she's like, oh, I need more money, or something like that, and I was like, it's gonna be one of those. And so I gave her a 5, and I was like, whatever. She's like, oh, thank you, I'm pregnant, this is gonna be the lie. And I was like, oh my god. I was like, you know, she's probably not, and this is probably all scam. But you know, maybe. I've always thought about that. Like, you know, what if I was in that situation? Yeah. And it's
Right.
like, you know, I don't want to just like say no just because they're. So I gave her the 5, and then later, she comes back even later, and she's like, oh, can I get some money? And I was like, you know, no. I finally said no. And she just turned so vile, so wicked in that moment. Like, she went from having this, like, kind of like, you ever watch Gone with the Wind?
Nah.
Oh, you should. We should watch it. It's only like 4 hours.
4 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I know that sounds like a lot, but it's like, you know, I mean, that's only like 6 episodes of a show or something like that.
Oh, I mean, you didn't mention that was a show.
No, it's not a show. It's a movie.
Oh.
It's one of the most famous movies of all time. I'm surprised you've never watched it.
Well,
Boston hasn't watched it either. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, it doesn't like. There's this kind of like retarded character in it. She kind of talked like that character.
yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, well, she went from that to like this vicious like, I'm a prostitute, blah blah blah. And I was like, damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Really taking advantage of that type of situation.
I mean, so like, obviously a lot of you know, homeless people. Although the few that I've dealt with, fine, but I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people just not grateful for anything, you know. Like, ungrateful homeless people are some of the scum of the earth. Honestly. Like, yeah, bitch, stay homeless. I don't care.
Only $2? Only $2? Like, come on.
Sure.
I don't know. You know, Mr.Beast is doing a thing for new thing, like one of his. You know how he has that philanthropy channel? I don't know if you know, but.
Nah.
So
Really.
he has like, you know, his whole shtick is like, you know, helping out other people. So he has a whole channel. He has a new channel dedicated to it, where it's just him running this food pantry. Which, you know, that's admirable work, you know.
Oh yeah.
He seems like a good guy, honestly.
Yeah. Mr. Beast is, I think, is genuinely a good guy.
Yeah, I want to make a video on him one of these days because I have some thoughts about him as the model for the new elite. Because you see, like, I mean, this is kind of just going to be like a quickie because I don't feel like going into like all the details. But you see, like, modern elites, like the Waltons or like Bezos or whatever, and it's like, yeah, they do charitable things, I suppose, but it's like how they got their money really kind of crippled a lot of good paying jobs. Like the Waltons, like, virtually destroyed, like, they virtually destroyed small business, right? And it's not even like it was like a case of the free market or whatever, because they used a lot of government tricks and tools and subsidies to enact their kingdom, if you want to call it that. Same thing with like Amazon. And it's like Mr. Beast, he didn't really destroy anything to get where he's at. He came from nothing. I mean, he was a poor guy in North Carolina. I mean, it's like North Carolina. I mean, what are you gonna? That's almost as bad as being from like fucking Georgia or some shit. You know, like,
Yeah.
it's not exactly an economic powerhouse. But it's like, what does he do with that money? I mean, yeah, he buys some expensive things sometimes. But it's like the majority of it is, you know, helping other people, you know? I'm sure he makes a show of it, definitely. Definitely, he makes a show of it. But he genuinely seems like a good guy. And how that circles back to the idea of homeless people is he has this on his new philanthropy channel. I don't know if you watched the Colin and Samir interview with him. Did you watch that?
Nope.
Basically, he is going to... Oh, fuck. He is going to have this new product that people can buy for like $10, right? And it's this like homeless box. And basically what it is a box that has like a blanket or a towel, some like, you know, like gloves, you know, that type of stuff. You know, stuff that would actually like be helpful if you were a homeless guy.
Right.
And he's gonna start selling those for like $5 a pop. And it's like, you see a homeless person, you just keep them in your trunk. You see a homeless person, you give them that box. And, you know, because, you know, a lot of people don't want to give money to homeless people because it's like, oh, they're just gonna go buy drugs or alcohol. And, you know, the obvious answer to that is to like, oh, well, just give them food or something. And it's like, well, no one carries like a fuck ton of food on them. You know?
Right.
So that's his. I think that's a really good idea. I mean, like, I know in the interview they were hamming it up like, oh, this is a genius idea. It's never been done before type thing. I mean, but it's been done, obviously.
Right.
I mean, if you...
I mean, it's still... Oh, damn it.
It's still what?
It's still a good idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Obviously.
I'm not going to say it's like a bad idea. I mean, it's been done before, obviously. They were acting like it's this brand new thing, but it's... I mean, it's not. But I think the idea that you get someone like that, someone that's popular like that, to really advocate for those things. I mean, he hasn't done it on his main channel yet, probably because they're still like beta testing the product.
Right.
But I think that's like a genuinely like good thing. I think, you know, one thing I think would help like homeless people out is like a fucking like shower place, a place where you can get. I think like some homeless shelters have showering areas.
Right.
But I mean, just having like not even a shelter, just a place where you can take a shower as a towel. You know, you can take the towel or whatever, dispose like just take.
My last Halo, by the way.
That one was.
Yeah, last Halo.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, what I think the best thing, honestly, we just need to freaking, we need like, what are they called? What are they called? It's just thing where homeless people can just get job training or whatever. They get assistance for a little bit, but then once they get a job and all that, they're off the assistance.
Oh yeah, I think Florida has something like that.
I think that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I think
'Cause,
it
you know,
is.
instead of just, living off of it, just be like, hey, let's teach you how to do this. Let's teach you a trade.
Oh yeah.
You want to become a welder? I'll tell you what. In exchange for uh becoming a welder, we'll uh we'll pay for all your lessons and all that. We'll give you temporary housing, and we even help you find a job.
Oh yeah.
And then, boom, you found a job. And then it's like, oh, uh, you get your place now. We'll help you all this. We got like, oh yeah, here's some housing in this area. Here's some food programs, whatever. Oh, you're all set. All right. Nice seeing you. Fuck off.
Yeah.
There you go. I just solved homelessness. Where's my Nobel Peace Prize?
Well, they have a program like that in Florida where it's like you you learn the skill and then your payment is to, I don't know if it's Florida, it might be Tennessee or something like that. Your payment for that is, well, you teach someone your skill, you know?
Uh-huh.
I think that's how you need to do it. Is like you need to not just say fuck off, but like you have
Well, yeah.
them you have them like teach another like homeless guy how to do that, you know?
Right.
I mean that's what unions are basically. Or like
Yeah, basically.
how guilds used to work.
Yeah. Not a bad idea,
Oh yeah. I think so you getting off then?